everybody, now here I am with the old fat bike again, and it's tyre time, okay? Now, if anybody saw my last video, not my last video, a couple of videos before, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I went down a big steep mountain on this fat bike, cheap fat bike, and the tyres, they split. Because the tyres were the cheapest of cheap tyres. They were really cheap tyres, okay? And when I say cheap, I mean cheap. And the back one split, and it didn't go down, but it split. And when I got home, the front tyre was at a puncture. I looked at that tyre, and that tyre was split as well. So I had 2 split tyres, and they'd only done about 350 miles. That's all they'd done, and the tyres had split. So they were the cheapest tyres that have ever been made, if that's a thing. But they were, when I had the bike, the tyres were awful. They felt weird, they felt strange. They were like a very nylon, hard material. So I went online and I bought some cheap tyres. Not cheap, but cheap. And I tell you what, the difference is incredible. And they're only cheap tyres compared to the cheap tyres. So I've put these new tyres on, but I did film changing them. So let's have a look at me changing them, and then we'll go out and test them and see what they're like. Woohoo! Right, okay, it took a while to get the air out of the tyre because it's such a big tyre that just by pressing the valve, it took a while to get the air out. But if I had one of them doodahs that take the valve out, it'd be much nicer. So I might order one of them. But anyway, you can see it's still a little bit of air stuck in the tyre, but it's enough to sort of get your hands in there, look, and I can pop that over there like that, look. Look, no tools required. It comes off quite easy, look. I can go all the way around like that. And there we are. That tyre's popped off by there now, and I got to try and get this inner tube out. But like I said, it is quite a lot of air left in it, so you really do need to have one of them valves where you can take the valve actually out. So I'm gonna look if I can find something now to let a bit more air out of this inner tube, because I can't get the inner tube out until it's completely flat. Right, okay, I've let a little bit more air out. Let's see if I can sort of squeeze it out now and get it out past here without damaging the inner tube. Still a bit tight. I'll try and push that up as far as I can there. And there we are, then the tube's coming out now, look. I could give it a bit of a squeeze when I got it up like this, just to get a bit more air out, just to make it a little bit easier, because I'm giving it a squeeze now. If I can grab that a little bit like that, I'll squeeze a little bit more air out, just to make it that little bit easier to get it out from under the tyre. That should be enough. And I should be able to pop this out now if I go around this side, up like that. It's coming out quite easy now, like I see. Right, now the inner tube's out, so I got that side off there, and I should be able to just push that off here like that. And that's how easy it is to take off a 26" by 4 tyre. Right, okay, here's the new tyre, and it's got a rotation on it, the same as the old tyre had rotation on it. And this is going to go on, you can look at your wheel and work out which way the rotation is, but when you go forward, and this is a particular way it's going to go forward on this side with the drive cogs. So I'm going to try and put that over the rim like this, and I should be able to get it on if I put it down far enough, like that. I should be able to get that over like that, see? So, like you said, these fat tyres, they go over the rims quite easily. Now I've got to put the inner tube back in. So now I've let all the air out of the inner tube, I should put it back in nice and gently. You don't want to pinch anything. Right, okay, I've let the tube down, not completely, so just a little bit of air left in it, so it keeps a sort of shape, sort of, you know, a little bit of shape. And you want to get the valve stem then, and that's the bit you want to put in first. So I'll lift the tyre up, find the valve stem, which is by here, and I'm going to pop that in there a little bit like that there, and I'm going to try and get a little bit in first so I can find out where the valve stem is. And the valve stem is over by here. You can't see it, but I can. And I'll just move the tyre along a little bit. It is a bit awkward. Got to get your hands in there. You know, just gently pushing it in like this. Don't have to force it in, just take your time, like that. Go on this side as well. Lift up the tyre and pop it in. You don't want it creased up or anything. You just want to pop it in nice and easy, like that. Let's go for that bit there. And then we'll get it in there like that. Okay. Right, okay, I put a tiny little bit more air in the tube just to make it go round there and sit in there nicely. So I'm just going to go around gently now and see if I can pop this tyre in all the way around. You've got to be careful because with this, it's such a small rim that it tends to pop out as you go around. So we'll go around and we'll see how we go now. Let's bring this side around to me so it's a bit closer, like this. I'll put my elbow over there, like that. Let's push that down, like that, make sure that's down, and there we go, look. So I've used no tools at all I've used is my hands, just to get this tyre on the rim, because it is quite a baggy, loose fit, you can see it is there. And when you pump it up, when you pump up the inner tube, it evens it out. So when you're pumping it up, make sure that the tyre is sort of even, and an even spread as it goes up. So I'll put some air in it now and I'll get back to you. Right, okay then, here I am, out on the open road again. And what do I think of the new tyres? Well, I tell you what, they've made a hell of a difference. I tell you, they've made a hell of a difference. Previously, in some of my other videos, I was complaining about my back wheel wobbling. And I thought I had a sort of a buckled wheel. But it turns out it was the tyre. Can you believe it was the tyre? Anyway, it was actually, you know, the wobble has gone completely with the new tyre, which is, you know, absolutely fantastic. But what else can I say about the new tyres? They're quieter. They are actually quieter. These tyres are actually quieter. Can you believe that as well? So the tyres are quieter, the wobble is gone, and they handle much better. Overall, the tyres are just much better. They're fantastic, honestly. They're a lot better tyre, and they only cost £29.99 if you buy one. I think it was £28 something if you buy two. They're still a budget tyre, but I mean, come on, for £29.99, that's not bad, is it? No, so wow, what else can I say about the tyre? I mean, that's it really. I mean, cheap tyres, but much better than the other tyres before. I mean, them tyres before must have cost 10 pence because they were absolutely awful, but these tyres are fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Anyway, let's get on with the ride. Okay then, I've been out for a while, been out driving for about an hour or so, testing these tyres out, and I gotta say, like I said earlier, they've made a hell of a difference to this bike. This bike feels a lot better now. So the only thing left for me to do on this bike now is maybe in the winter time, take it to a powder coaters. Maybe I'll have it powder coated. I may spray myself, but I doubt it because I'm a bit lazy. But there we go. So I'll probably take it to a powder coaters and get all the rust done on the bike, and I think that'll be, you know, I probably might do a few more things. I don't know yet. I don't know. It all depends on you modify things as you go along. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos, give it a like, go on, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hoo-hoo!